Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the weekly recap of NQ of this week. Starting off on Monday, we had a bank holiday, so I did not even bother looking at the charts, and neither should you. Because what happens on bank holidays, we have very low liquidity, and the chances of getting stop traded are much more higher. That is why I recommend everyone not to trade bank holidays. So moving on to the other day, we had Tuesday. As you can see on the 4 hour, on even on Monday we had this new week opening gap here. Coming on to Tuesday 9:30, we can see that we are delivering from the new week opening gap and this fair value gap from the 4 hour, and we have closed above this on 4 hour. So all I'm looking for is too long up to the all-time highs. Nothing on the 1 hour to mark except these intermediate low. On the 30 minute, however, we just tapped into this gap on before market open. So I was looking for that. And from there, I just waited for a 5 minute continuation, but unfortunately, we did not get that. And we just kept dumping to potentially this hourly intermediate low. But as you can see that we did not sweep it and started moving up. From here, we were very, very close to the all-time highs, and we created a 5 minute gap here, as you can see. And this 5 minute is good because it is actually sponsored from the 30 minute gap here. So it is technically not a high time frame gap, but it is a sponsored gap, which I was looking to tap into to target all-time highs. As you can see that we did that. We got a 1 minute IFVG here. Also, there was a 30-second IFPG in this leg, as you can see right here. I personally did not take the 30-second because I have noticed that my win rate significantly decreases in the 30-second time frame. So I was looking for this 1 minute, and as you can see that the 1 minute is the highest time frame inversion in this leg. We did not have a 5, not a 4, not a 3, not a 2, only a 1 minute. And as you can see that we got our IFPG here, took the entry or stop at below. I know it was kind of negative RR, but I was just holding till 1 to 1 and going break even here. And as you can see that this was my break even point, and I got really manipulated into the break even before market started to kind of chop around and just flew to the TP. So this was a break even day for me. So coming into Wednesday, we had a 4 hour fair value gap here, which I was looking to for us to tap and target these all-time highs. As you can see that we do not have anything except that 4 hour. We had multiple fair value gaps above, which could potentially act as a break even or even take profit points for us. And at market open, we can see that we did not get any kind of inversion. We just started dumping. So at 9:45, I flipped my bias because as you can see that this is a huge, huge dump. So all I was waiting for is to us tap into this 15-minute gap to target lower. Also, a quick notice that we had a 5 minute gap here, which we tapped, and we had a 2 minute IFPG. If you guys took this, this was a bad trade because as you can see that A, this 5 minute gap which we have tapped and are reacting off of is not high time frame or sponsored. So that is a plus. Your stop loss is a 15-minute gap, which is obviously a very bad thing to do. So I waited for the 15-minute gap to get tapped, and we did that, but we did not have any inversion. I was actually waiting for a resweep here. But in all of this, we had a tiny 5 minute gap which we tapped into. I was actually looking to take this one, but my reason for not taking this setup is that as you can see that we closed above this 5 minute gap, making it essentially a IFVG rather than a FVG. Also on the 1 minute, this was my break even point, which we already took. So, I mean, I could have put my break even here, but I don't do that. So I just waited patiently for another setup to present. And unfortunately, this was it. This day we did not have anything except a 5 minute tap here and then a 5 minute IFVG. My reason for not taking this setup as well, we closed as you can see that we closed this candle at 11, and I personally do not like to keep any trades open after 11, and if I have it open, I would most probably go break even then. And yeah, I did not like this setup as much as the 1 minute earlier, so I just faded it. So coming into the next day, we had Thursday's price action. As you can see that although we are delivering lower, we have this walk that we could potentially look to. But the most obvious thing for us to do that they look like this 4 hour intermediate high. For us to target that, we had a 30-minute fair value gap here, which I was looking for us to get into and go to this 4 hour intermediate high. At open, we did that. We tapped into it, but just started displacing lower without getting anything. And as you can see, the 15-minute even closed under. So I was not as confident as in longs as I was at open. So I just waited for this to happen. And I was actually waiting for the continuation shots to target this 15-minute. And I believe there was a 30-minute as well. Yes, as you can see that we had a 30-minute as well. So all I wanted for us to do is tap into this 15-minute gap to target lower into this unmitigated 15. As you can see that I believe there was a 30-second here which you could have taken was a break even trade, and as I said, I do not like the 30-second time frame as much as I used to. So I just waited for a setup and a setup finally presented itself here. We had a 3 minute gap which I was looking to inverse. And as you can see that even on the 15 we did not close above the gap, essentially making it an IFVG. It was still a fair value gap, which is great. But as you can see, a news came in and we just went ballistics and went upwards. From here, we did not do anything, if I'm being honest. We just kind of started shopping around. And yeah, this was it honestly for me on that day. And yeah, let's move to the next day. Coming on to Friday, by just the look on the 4 hour at market open, we can see that we are extremely bullish and we are at all-time high. So I wasn't really interested into taking anything as did not wanted to ruin my weekend over a dump trade on Friday. But I was still actively looking for trades. As you can see, the 4 hour had not much to offer. The 1 hour had this intermediate low. The 30-minute did not have any gaps. 15 did not. 15, I mean, did have this gap, but we have already tapped it before at pre-market, before market open. This would have been my dream scenario here that we tap into this 15 at open, a little manipulation into it to distribute higher, but we did not get that after market open. So I was patiently waiting for a new 5 or 15-minute gap to open up. And as you can see that we exactly did that. We opened a new 5 minute here. And from here we were waiting for a tap into it, but we did not get anything. So I patiently waited for this 15-minute gap to open up. And as we can see, it opened up. And let's see if we tap it or not. We started chopping around, creating liquidity. And from here, we had this 3 minute highest time frame inversion in this leg, which I was looking to take. But as you can see that we did not get an entry here, so I was still patiently waiting for a setup. And we just kind of started dumping. But here onwards, we did get a good 2 minute IFPG here. My reason for taking it would be that we are clearly respecting the 15-minute, the 30-minute, plus we had this gap, 5 minute small gap and a 5 minute big gap. So my take profit would be just here for 1 to 1. I would go break even at the small 5 minute gap. I took this trade and I lost on this. So this was my week. Hopefully you guys learned something from it. And if you have any questions or doubt, please put it in the comments. Thank you.